I don't know about you all, but I love basketball. So today I'm going to use basketball to describe why invasive species do so well when competing with native species. When you close your eyes and picture your favorite basketball team, there tend to be two general characteristics among the players. They are the bigs, who are huge and good at taking up space near the basket and boxing out so you can't be there. And then there's the point guard and shooting guard types, who tend to be quick and can get the ball and move fast and drive to the basket or shoot from the three-point line. Usually, a team has players that are either one or the other, but very rarely do you see a player that is both small and can play with those bigs, or big and can shoot threes and is quick. Imagine now that you or your favorite team are playing a team that every single player is as huge as those bigs, but also as fast and as good at shooting the ball anywhere like those guards. A team like that would be really hard to beat because every matchup would be in favor of that other team. There's a concept called Exploitation-Interference Tradeoff. It's a kind of like this basketball idea. Now before you say, I don't know what those words mean, and check out mentally and I lose you, let's go over what exploitation and interference competition are. You guys learned earlier what competition is, but these are two specific kinds of competition. Interference competition is when there's a direct competition for something that there's a limited amount of, and only one organism can have it. So one organism directly prevents the other from being able to have it. For example, if two players are going for a jump ball, only one player will be able to get the ball, and the player that uses interference competition would keep the other from having it by pushing the player out of the way and grabbing the ball. I know that's a foul, but bear with me. Exploitative competition is much less of a direct approach than that. It's the idea that organisms prevent the other from having a resource simply by having it themselves or using it themselves. For example, if you have the ball, then the other player cannot have the ball, and so simply by having possession, you keep the other team from being able to score. Usually in the natural world, species excel at either exploitative competition or interference competition. This is where that exploitation-interference trade-off comes in, because if you're good at one, you most likely aren't good at the other. Invasive species, however, tend to exhibit strengths in both exploitative and interference competition, making them not have to deal with that trade-off. This is why that team that is both big and fast would easily beat the other team, which is either big or fast, but not both at the same time. Just like those teams, these invasive species have a big advantage because they excel at both interference and exploitative competition.